What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including more changes expected in WWE, a possible spoiler as WWE superstars returning at Crown Jewel, Mark Henry accuses John Cena of stealing the spotlight from talent, AEW has accused WWE of this, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also check out our new website, Wrestlelamia.com. Now let's do the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at more changes expected in WWE. Should the WWE Universe expect more changes now that Triple H has complete control of creative? In case you missed the news, Sports Illustrated's Justin Barrasso recently reported multiple contracts within the WWE and UFC have confirmed that Ari Emanuel, who wields power as the Endeavor CEO, is behind the change. Emanuel has long been a firm believer that in order for an organization to be as effective as possible, people need to do the job they're assigned. In this case, the approach has empowered Levesque to assert his full influence in the company's creative sphere. As we noted in our analysis of Raw, the show that had Triple H's fingerprints all over it, according to Fightful Select, there are several signs that Triple H is programming things without any interference from his famous father-in-law. What we've seen since is numerous talent returning to the show, long-signed wrestlers finally making their debuts, several cameos, more women's talent getting on screen, longer matches, and less restrictions in the ring. Fightful also reports that it appears Triple H wasted no time getting back down to the style of booking he adopted when he took over creative in the summer of 2022. WWE sources told Fightful that they expect that to continue, and the adjustment seemed overnight. Even though Vince McMahon didn't interact directly with creative this year, his influence was felt throughout the period, especially with people who would and wouldn't appear on the show. Eagle-eyed members of the WWE Universe likely noticed that things that reeked of McMahon, such as frequent rematches and the absence of Triple H's favorites. Rumors of last-minute changes to shows are difficult to confirm, but if they are true, it's clear that Vince was involved to a certain extent. That is until the Endeavor WWE merger went through and TKO Holding CEO Ari Emanuel apparently decided it was time to let Triple H do what he did best. Fightful provided an amusing quote from a WWE source concerning McMahon's previous involvement in creative. Well, I guess he wasn't lying when he said McMahon wasn't in the weeds, but in a way he sprayed around up on the weeds and checked in on them every so often. As we discussed on our website, there are questions about what Vince McMahon will be doing in WWE now that he's out of creative. Recent reports indicate he's working on current negotiations for the rights to Raw. Triple H wasted no time implementing major changes to Raw and SmackDown when he assumed control in 2022, and it appears he's going full speed ahead now that Vinnie Mac is out of the creative picture. Fans are eager to see what other changes are coming. What would you guys like to see? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, a possible spoiler, WWE superstars returning at Crown Jewel. Now it's time for a rumor on two potential returns at Crown Jewel. There are also spoilers, so please jump ahead to our next story if you don't want to know anything new about WWE's upcoming show in Saudi Arabia. For wrestling news, Andrew Ravens commented on speculation about two potential matches. Logan Paul vs Rey Mysterio for the US title and undisputed Universal Champion Roman Reigns vs LA Knight are looking likely for the show based off angles on television. They also noted a recent photo promo showing two WWE superstars who previously were not expected for Crown Jewel, Logan Paul and Bianca Belair. There are currently two matches booked for the Saudi Super Show and fans should expect some spectaculars. Next up, will Bianca Belair be back soon? Speaking of Bianca Belair, the SmackDown superstar is enjoying some much deserved time off, but when is the EST coming back to the blue brand? Belair, who was written off with a kayfabe injury at the hands of Damage Control, could be back very soon, at least according to a recent report from Ringside News. WWE hasn't seen Bianca Belair in quite some time because she got the break she asked for. We're told that her return is coming up very soon and she may even be back as early as this Friday's episode of SmackDown. Belair had a very busy run before her time off, including two very successful runs as Women's Champion. Bianca is clearly established as a main eventer, and now the WWE should consider her in a non-title programs, not only to test her marketability without a championship, but to give other wrestlers time in the title picture. What would you guys like to see Bianca Belair do next? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Mark Henry accuses John Cena of stealing the spotlight from talent. Is John Cena trying to steal the spotlight from other talent? Or fans have heard complaints from former WWE superstars about being buried by the 16-time world champion. Now, former superstar Mark Henry is calling out Cena for stealing the spotlight from LA Knight during the recent in-ring confrontation between Reigns and Knight on the 13th October SmackDown. The number one thing was drawing attention to himself. You cannot do that when something is going on in the ring. Cena stood in the corner during the Reigns Night exchange, but some critics argue he was still heavily involved. Wrestling Inc. summed up what Busted Open Radio's Mark Henry and co-host Dave LaGreca didn't like, and how they pointed out that while LA Knight was talking, Cena could be seen in the background making exaggerated facial expressions and overreacting. Although Cena's presence provided some backup for Knight to offset Solo Sikoa's presence, there's a case to be made that Cena overdid it. Others might feel he had to exaggerate his facial expression so fans in the audience could see the emotions he was conveying, much as stage actors do for theatre crowds. Henry recalled a time he made the same mistake in the ring with Ron Simmons and what happened. I remember I did that with Ron Simmons once, because he said, "Shut the F up on TV, don't move, don't say anything," and I drew attention away from him. Do you agree with Mark Henry? Was John Cena stealing the spotlight? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, which AEW talent did WWE allegedly tamper with? There's big news concerning AEW's allegations that WWE was engaged in contract tampering, that is, contacting AEW talent while they were under contract, presumably with the intent of negotiating a deal to return to the WWE. Now Fightful Select is providing details on the allegations, saying, "I can tell you the two situations in which Khan took it personally, one of which was Swerve Strickland, who signed a multi-year deal on pay-per-view, being contacted for the Hit Row reunion. He, I believe, referred to WWE or their talent relations person to his lawyer. The WWE apparently struck a nerve with another alleged instance of contract tampering, not as much because of the contract tampering, but because of the timing. And then there was the other instance, when Tony Khan's mother was in the hospital. It became abundantly clear that WWE had contract tampered and spoke with William Regal and offered him a new role there, as he already had one prepared. So that's why he took it personally." Khan himself recently tweeted that the Regal incident is one of the reasons he's so vocal in his online criticisms of WWE. Although wrestling promotions can't contact wrestlers from other promotions who are under contract, it's widely believed that promoters use third parties to reach out to their contracted talent on occasions. This typically involves situations where a wrestler in another promotion is unhappy or their contract is near expiration. Next up, more NXT wrestlers coming to main event. Expect to see more NXT stars on WWE's main event show. While main event typically features mid-card talent, fans have been seeing more appearances from NXT superstars. Fightful Select is reporting, while we're not sure if it was specifically a Triple H move, we're told the decision to have NXT talent on main event will likely continue. As fans have seen with the influx of main roster talent on NXT, the WWE is working hard to increase the fans' awareness of NXT's talent as well as the brand itself. What do you guys think of this move? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, the WWE website reveals new status quo in the company. And do some recent changes to WWE's website mean a change for wrestlers' pushes? Well, let's look at a report from Ringside News that details some of the changes to WWE's website. The company has made changes to the banner graphic on the Superstars page of WWE.com, which happens regularly. In the new graphic, the likes of AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Jey Uso, Ilya Dragunov, Sami Zayn have been added. The article also noted that some wrestlers have been removed from the banner, and on the other hand, superstars such as Gigi Dolan, Roxanne Perez, Bron Breakker, Ricochet have been removed. Some fans might find this odd considering most of them are still regularly featured on WWE television. Next up, Rhea Ripley's record. And congrats to Women's World Champion Rhea Ripley on reaching a milestone as champion. Rhea Ripley has now hit the 200-day mark as SmackDown Women's Champion. The Eradicator faces her biggest challenges to date when she steps into the ring against 4 opponents at Crown Jewel. There, Ripley will face Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Raquel Rodriguez in what is sure to be one of the wildest women's matches ever. And finally, Kayla Braxton's new look. SmackDown's resident backstage interviewer recently tweeted a picture of herself revealing her recent weight loss journey. Lost a little weight, spent more time in the sun, drinking more water, and discovered the magical wonders of Botox. Yes, it's still me. I've been working on myself and quite fond of the new and improved me. I'd say I hope you are too, but I didn't do this for you. What do you think of Kayla's new look? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.